my phone wanted to be possessed right when things were getting good. I don't want to repeat myself. I'll repeat it at the end. I'll just wait for everybody to come back. Then I tried like hooking back onto the other stream, and it was hi. My phone decided to be possessed and just completely kick me out of YouTube, and then doing that thing where it likes to click on all the apps and like make them not light up like it's doing something. So yeah, that was fun. So I'm sorry, just decided to be stupid and kick me out, and I'm mad because I already had everything set up nice. I did my whole thing with the masks, and then here we go. So anyway, starting over, these are the majority of the palettes that I'm going to be using for a pink Valentine's look. I already did my brows and my primer. So that is where we left off before I got kicked out. So I'm thinking about doing like pink and brown. I wanted to do kind of like a soft look. So I'm going to go into the Huda Rose Quartz. And I'm going to go with, all these are too dark for what I want to do. Of course. May have, let me see here. No. Oh, how lovely it is. Then it makes me look like even more scatterbrained. Like, I know I'm scatterbrained the way it is, but then when this kicks me the hell out of here. This is kind of purple, but I think I'm going to go for it. This is in the Urban Decay Naked Ultraviolet, and I am going to go with this one, Warning. I just want to kind of like throw it in the crease. You can right here. Well, for me, myself, above the crease, just because it's a little bit of a darker pink than the other ones, like a pinky purple. So I just want to like sweep that in here. Should probably sit up straight. That would be a good thing to do. I have to like sit like that to see in this freaking mirror. And then I'm going to kind of like bring it up, because when I'm going straight across, that's going to cut across. So I just kind of want to bring it up into my brow bone, right along the side, and then down. And this is just an Urban Decay fluffy brush. I want to say that this one came with the Smoky palette, but I'm pretty sure this one came with it too. They generally every couple years have like the same brushes that they'll put in the palettes, and then they'll come out with new ones. So these were the new-ish ones. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side, just kind of, I just need a deeper color than all the other ones I'm thinking of to kind of darken out this here. And it's kind of cool because it's a little shimmery, so it's darker, but it's not like super dark. So we're going to go ahead. This one has to add to the things that are a pain in my ass today. Thank you, Kat. Alright. And if I need to make it darker later, I will, but I think for now, that's going to be a good start. So we got that going on. I'm hitting my stuff here. And I want to do the, hello! I'm going to go into the Huda, the Mercury Retrograde, and I am going to use one of these little sponge applicators, and then I'm going to use this spray. This one, I kind of like it. It's the Heritage Store Rose Water and Glycerin. You can't see it because my lights are so bright. But I got this also from CVS. And I seem to have liked it pretty good. Like, it works good for just like misting on your face, but then also wetting the brushes and stuff. So I'm going to just turn this mirror around to the... Oh my god, I'm so sorry that my cat... I hope you can't hear that. Oh. I have a very small house. And my room here is literally the only room, A, that nobody sleeps in, and B, that it wouldn't be like super gross to have a cat box in. So my bathroom is way too small. So I just wanted more. Oh my god, okay, enough, get the fuck out of here. Holy shit. Oh my god. Well, that's better. Anyway. Oh my god, tell me about it. It's like crazy. And I'm pretty decent about it, but then, you know, other things happen in life, and what happens is it just all ends up getting like jumbled. So, you know. Oh, one thing that I could talk about. So if you guys were on... Dude, I know, right? Like, I love you, but like, get the hell out of here. She was literally done and then just being an asshole. Yes, thank God. I know. It just freaking shut off, and then all of my apps started going bleep, 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 bleep. So I was like being hacked, and I'm like, leave me alone. So, but yeah, like, just do your thing and go away, cat. What was I saying? Things to do. Oh, so if you guys were here last week and I talked about getting a biopsy done on my thyroid, because I don't tell anybody. The only people I told was like, you know, close friends and like this channel. So if you don't watch this channel and you don't know, then that's not you. But anyway, it came back the same way that it did last time, which was non-diagnostic. So they're like, I'm like, okay, so what does that mean? And then the endocrinologist is like, oh, well, what that means is you have to come in and see a surgeon because less than 5% of people get this. And I'm like, oh, I was like, wait, what? I'm like, oh, so I'm like in that little less than 5% area. Makes sense, man. So, I know. Yeah. So I'll see. Oh, well, and then they're like, oh, you have to set up an appointment with the surgeon. So I call, and I'm on hold for like ever. And then I got through the next day, and they're like, you have to set up with a PA first. So I did that. And then they're like, and then you set up with the surgeon after. So that's a week after. And it's virtual or, what's the word I'm looking for? Or over the phone calls. So it's not an in-person visit either. So I'm like, what the hell is this? So yeah, so we'll see. I am going to go in while I'm doing this. I know, right? I know. I'm trying here. I'm going to go into this here. Thank you. Yeah, I know. Listen, I'm telling you, if I haven't left this plane yet, I don't think it's going to be a possibility for quite a while, so. But you also never know. But it's still shitty, you know? Like, you just want to figure it out. And just get it over with. Alright, I think that looks cool. I was wondering, like, for the past 2 days, I'm like, what am I going to do on my brow bone? And I actually wanted to do that shade, just like all over, but I was like, it's not really going to give that much dimension. So there's something else that I wanted to say too, and I can't remember. Oh, but that's also what I was going to, thank you. That's another thing I was going to say too, because I was like, oh, you know, remembering things that you have to do throughout the day and stuff like that. Like, and I forget a lot. I mean, I've mentioned it before. I don't know if anybody else knows. And again, I don't mention it just like out there, because I'm like, I don't need anybody's pity. I don't need any of that. Like, I'm just doing my thing here. But I have MS as well. So like, not only does your thyroid mess with like your brain function when it's all like screwed up, and you have like some sort of, what did he say it was? Suspicious lump. Like, it's highly suspicious. Great. Like, I'm a highly suspicious individual, I guess, buddy. But yeah, so like trying to remember things, like I can't remember shit. And then people like look at you like, you remember anything, dude? I don't know. Like, I told you what the deal was. Like, you know what my issues are. Why are you bothering me? So, yeah. It's alright, though. Listen, you can't change things. After I went on vacation, I, like, literally lost my eye pencils. I had light brown, eyeliners, and they're just freaking gone. So yeah, so I'm gonna go in with this rando dark brown one that I found, and I'm just gonna go, I hate stretching my eyelid out, but because it's a pencil I have to, and I'm just doing a little bit just on the outside there. So, because otherwise if I don't do this, it goes on really freaking weird, because it's not cheap, but you know, it's cheap enough. And I said to be quiet, children, when you're not being quiet. At least they're not fighting. I mean, hey, I can count my blessings on that. Generally, we'll have that. Okay. It's easy for me to do like soft looks if I'm doing it like super fast in the day, because I'm just like whacking stuff on. But then when I go to do it like later and then take my time, I'm like, why does this look like crap? But it's okay. So let me see. There aren't really any dark browns in here. This one, alright, I'm going to go in with this one. It's kind of a dark brown, but it's more of like a, what the heck is that color? I want to say like a stone color, just to kind of soften up that line that I did. So I'm just popping it on there. It's funny though, in a way. I was thinking of the name of that color, and for some reason puce came to mind. I don't, yeah, maybe about like a slate color. I was thinking of another one. I have no idea. I did get asked a few weeks ago, but that night, well, and plus by the time I get on there, it's like after 11 o'clock, which, you know, I'm up late, but sometimes I get tired, and that day I was just freaking exhausted, and I was like waiting, and then finally I was like, dude, I'm like, I am beat up, like I just can't make it. So you just let me know next time for sure. But so yeah, I was just super freaking tired that day. I've been tired for like 3 freaking days now. Like, I'm gonna take a lighter brown. This one's Radiate. Let me think. Last night I took, alright, that's too late. That's not gonna work. What was it that I took? Oh, we have like a... Yeah, so it does start late. And, you know, yeah, and you're right, because, like, the last time I went on Christmas, I was on for 2 hours. So, which generally isn't bad. And I mean, I'm up late anyway, but like I said, that night I was just whooped. And I was like, oh, I think I'll make it. I'll be okay. It didn't work. So, I tried, but I think that looks pretty. But, what was I saying? I don't know exactly. Oh, I was talking about sleeping. So, yeah, I just, past couple nights have just been not good for sleep for me. I took sleeping pills last night because we have them at work. They're like a natural, like, sleep aid. And I felt tired. And I think I took them about 1, and I couldn't fall asleep. And then I'm trying to fall asleep, and then ended up falling asleep and then waking up at like 8:30 in the morning, which for most people is normal. Somebody else said like the other week theirs was messed up too, and I'm like, I don't know, is it the weather or what is it? I don't know. And I also get those freaking waking dreams. So if anybody gets those, you know they're not fun. Friggin' suck. Like, it's like demons come to talk to you in your damn sleep. Like, buddy, talk to me when I'm awake if you want to talk to me. I don't want to talk to you when I'm trying to sleep, because when I'm trying to sleep, I don't like anybody to bother me. Like, somebody comes up to me when I'm sleeping and tries to bother me, leave me the fuck alone. Not in the mood for it at all. That looks kind of cute. We're just going with like cute and quick today. And most of the time it doesn't look like I want it to until I'm completely done. So, and that is okay. Because I was like, so, no, they're not. And especially when you're like trying to move and you can't move, and positive thoughts. I have to think about that. Where the frig? I don't know. I know I had my sponges. I washed them, and I swear to God, I brought them upstairs. See, this is what I'm talking about. And then people are going to be like, I'm not going to watch her because she is forgetful. Sorry. Okay. Wait. Give me 1 second. I wasn't walking all the way downstairs, so I asked my son to bring them up. And then what does he do? He tosses them, and they fall. I'm like, don't let them fall on the ground. Ew, I don't want like dirty floor dust on my face. Okay. So, what else? What else is there to talk about? Valentine's Day is coming up. Ooh! I was looking for these last night, and I couldn't find them. Does anybody do anything for Valentine's Day? My son was writing out Valentine's cards today because they're doing their stuff tomorrow because they're off school Monday. I used to love writing out Valentine's cards when I was little. It was so fun. Aww. Well, if I could send you a little Valentine's present, I would. I am poor. If I could send all of my friends just a little Valentine's present, even in high school, I would give, like, just friends, like, Valentine's cards and stuff, because it's just cute to do. Ugh. I'm surprised I never hurt myself. I usually just, like, hear voices and stuff. Sometimes things will talk to me. Or things will be, like, under the bed. And I'm like, oh, great. Or I'll have, like, really, really, like, insane dreams, too. And then for a couple of weeks, I really didn't have, like, hardly any dreams. And then all of a sudden, the other night, that was the night I didn't take Advil PMs or anything. And I had the most vivid, insane, crazy dream. And I woke up at 4 a.m. and I'm like, what the hell was that? But I wrote it down in my notepad, so. Because I'm like, oh, remember when I wake up? And I'm like, bitch, no, you're not. You won't remember shit. You better write that down now. It sucks. It really sucks. Like, with me, when I get them, there are times that I know that I'm sleeping and I try to wake myself up and I can't wake myself up. So that is, like, the really, really shitty part, when you're just like, okay, you need to wake up now, and then you can't, because most of the time I see where I'm at, so I'm like, oh, I'm in my room, and then it'll, like, mold into somewhere else. You know what? I don't know if I did or not. I'm gonna have to take a look and see. Maybe I'll watch that tonight. It's that time where, like, cause for the longest time, I would be watching movies and then I would, like, post it on Twitter, like, hey, you know, tonight's feature presentation. But I just got, like, bored of stuff. And I'm just like, I keep looking up the same things and I'm just like, I don't know, like, what the heck I want to watch. So, yeah. Alright, that's good there. But yeah, getting bored with stuff sucks. But I've also seen, like, what my son said to me. Oh, he was talking to me about the Marvel movies, because he's playing Fortnite. And then he was playing some other game on the iPad, like some Marvel game. Oh, cool. I've seen quite a bit of his movies, and I do like them. A lot of his are underrated, sadly, but it happens. Yeah, my son's, like, asking me questions about Marvel stuff and whatever, and he's like, what is this? Oh, he was asking me about, like, the light up bridge and whatever, and I'm like, the bridge that goes to, like, where Thor lives? I'm like, I don't remember what it's called. And then he's asking me stuff. I'm like, dude, I'm like, if you knew how many movies I have seen, like, I've really only retained very few, and I've seen so freaking many in my life that, like, a lot of them just blend together. Especially if you're gonna ask me about, like, the Avengers movies and stuff. I'm like, I don't know. Hello! Oh, I never saw those. You'll have to message me then. So, yeah. Oh, back to Valentine's. So, yeah, I saw my brother's girlfriend shared this meme on Facebook the other day, and it was, like, something like, remember when you're in school and so-and-so got this small Hannah Montana sticker because I don't like her? And I was like, oh my god, that's so funny. Or I'd like, sit there, like, obsessing over which one. Okay. So I used to be like picking out which one's the perfect one for like the crush that I had. That's what I was doing in like first grade. Oh my god, I did see a couple funny like memes and stuff. Or this one was like a tweet, but it was shared on Instagram, and it was like, oh, it said something. It was like, remember, there's two I saw about first grade yesterday. I was like, remember in first grade when like someone just randomly threw up, like that was wild. And I'm like, oh my god. Like, I remember this one girl that I went to school with, and it was second grade actually, and I sat right behind her, and we were reading. We had these things in school when I went to school called weekly readers, and like we would have them every week, so hence weekly reader. And we used to, read stories. So it would be like stories about like animals or like recycling or like all this kinds of stuff. And remember we were reading it, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, she just barfed all over the weekly reader, and I was like, it was just, I'm like, I just thought about it. I was like, man, remember that? Kids used to just like throw up. Now people, oh my gosh, could you imagine a poor kid in school now, like wearing a mask and having to barf? Oh my god. It would be terrible. There was another meme that I saw too. It was like, first grade was wild. God, I gotta remember. It was like something about, you know, doing stuff or whatever, and then like people just start randomly losing teeth. Like, it's so funny. Like, it's so true. I'll never forget, speaking of puking in school, I'll never ever forget the one winter. It might have even been around this time. I want to say it was like January though, but I don't know. That was also second grade. And so my bus stop used to be at this playground. Oh no, I know. I know. We used to, our bus stop was at the playground that was like not down the street from my house, but quite a ways. Anyway, it was icy as it, is now. And there was a tennis court. So the tennis court had a fence, like a chain link fence, and there was this patch of ice, like this just random patch of ice. So everybody was like holding on to the chain link fence, and like my mom used to always make me wear like snow boots because it was cold outside. So she'd be like, your feet are gonna freeze at the bus stop, because it was quite a ways away. So I used to have to bring like my other shoes in my book bag, which is the biggest pain in the ass ever, especially in elementary school, where like you have to go to the back of the room to put your book bag there, and then you have to get ready to get to class. But here's me sitting there changing my fucking shoes, and I'm like, oh my god. So anyway, I had my snow boots on, and I remember they were like Mickey Mouse, like fucking moon boots. So here's me skating on this ice, holding on to the fence, and then I got the bright idea to let go of the fence and skate on the ice. What happened? I fell backwards, and I whacked the back of my head off the pavement. So I was like, oh shit. I was like, well, my mom's at work. Like, what am I going to do? I can't, like, go home or anything. So I go to school, and I'm sitting there at my desk, and this one kid bothered me like all the time, and I'm like, listen, like I'm not in the mood, like it is not the day. It's not the day today. So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I don't feel good. So they're like, do you want to go to the nurse? I'm like, yeah. So I go to the nurse. She gives me ice. So I'm like, okay, cool. I got this ice. So I'm sitting there with this ice on the back of my head, which was in a freaking Dixie cup. Like, why they put ice in a Dixie cup, I have no idea. But it was in a Dixie cup. So I have it holding to the back of my head. This is iced tea, by the way. It is not beer. And then they called my grandpa because my grandparents like watched my brother while my parents were at work and I was in school because he wasn't of school age yet. And so I'm sitting there and I felt so sick. And I'm like, I would be so embarrassed if I threw up all over my desk. I would also be embarrassed if I threw up because like this boy that I liked since kindergarten was, yeah, I know, right? This boy that I liked since kindergarten was in my class. I'm like, I cannot throw up in front of him. Like this cannot happen. And here's me like 7. Yeah, I was like 7. And then so I'm like, I go to leave and I'm walking down the hall and we had carpet in the hallway of our school. So I was like, oh man, I felt like I had to throw up and I did not want to throw up on the carpet because the janitor was very nice. So I was like, I cannot do that. I can't remember. I remembered his name a little bit ago. And I was like, oh, I remember his name now. And now I forgot it again. But anyway. Because you know when you're in like grade school, like you even talk to the janitor. You're like, hi, Mr. So-and-so. And he's like, hey, kids, how are you? You know. So anyway, we were like, I'm like, I don't want to make it a big job for him. So I was walking down the hallway, and I don't know if it made it easier for him or not, but I didn't throw up on the carpet. I threw up in the water fountain, and it was so bad because it filled up the whole water fountain, and then it didn't go down. So I was like, well, you know, at least it wasn't on the carpet because that would have sucked even more. So, oh my god, now I'm like, what in the heck was his name? I could see him like in my mind, but I can't remember what his name was. Anyway, yeah, so that was my barking story in school. And nobody saw me either, so nobody was in the hall, nobody was around. It was just, nobody knew it was me. Until now. So, Valentine's Day used to be like, I used to live for like the holidays in grade school because like we used to have kick-ass parties every holiday. Parents would bring in all kinds of shit. Like, it was a freaking wild time. Every holiday was like a party. Halloween, they used to play like the Halloween music, like Monster Mash and like what else? Like Purple People Eater and stuff, like over the speakers. And then Christmas, they used to play like Christmas music over the speakers. The one time, this one girl I know, her mom brought in like this gigantic gingerbread house for Christmas. And I was like, holy hell. I was like, I never even saw a gingerbread house in person. Like, this stuff rocks. So, fun stuff. Alright, let's see. I'm going to go in with the same NYX pencil that I did up on the top. It ended up with that brownish that I put on. It ended up a little purple. So unfortunately, it's not as pink as I wanted, but you know, it still looks cute. I'm working with limited materials here, people. Alright. My son was filling out his Valentine's today. I got Mandalorian ones from Target. We got them a while ago too because I was like, dude, you better get these now because otherwise they're going to be gone. So I'm glad we got them when we did. Why is there like glue on this? And they came with little glow sticks. So That's fun. Who doesn't love a freaking mini glow stick? Or glow sticks in general. Oh my god, speaking of, I always remember when I think of glow sticks, I always remember like when they first came out, and then they would be in like cereal boxes and stuff, or they had like the glow like necklaces and stuff. And reminded me of the grocery store today. Past like few days, well, the one day I went, I was able to get the cat food that I needed. But yesterday when I went, they didn't have what I needed. And I was like, what the hell is going on here? And then today I go, and there's like no SpaghettiOs with meatballs. And I'm like, what the hell is this shit? They had the ones, cause like I'll generally get the kids the Chef Boyardee ones that come in, like they're just like SpaghettiOs, but they're Chef Boyardee because they're cheaper. And yeah, so I was like, oh, there's the $1.50 like little microwave ones, but no big cans. And I'm like, what is going on? Well, I know what's going on, but it's annoying as friggin' hell. All these are purple. Alright, I want to do a dark. Let's do like a dark. I want a dark brown. Alright, I'm going to go into this, the Makeup Revolution palette, and I'm going to use this burn. Because I wanted some sort of brown going on with this, and it did not turn out that way. The brown ended up purple. Whatever. Matches my shirt though, so I mean, there's that. I did not pre-plan this out at all, except in my mind, so yeah. I did see a cool makeup primer from Makeup Revolution come across Instagram, and I was like, ooh, that looks fun. So at some point, it still looks cute. At some point I may get it. I think with some of my income tax, that's what I'm going to do, is get like makeup stuff. I think that'll be a good idea. I'm just going to use this one here in this palette, this Joy, because it doesn't seem pink enough here. That like purple overrolling. It's been really nice as far as weather-wise goes here the past 2 days though, so that's good. It's like 50 degrees. I walked outside and I was like, hell yeah, because it's been icy. My whole backyard's been like a freaking ice skating rink, and it's annoying, and I fell, so that was not fun. But yeah, 50 degrees is like, I went to work, I'm like, I don't need to wear a jacket. I was like, this shit's amazing. So, but it's supposed to go back down to like 30 this weekend, so unfortunately, I'm going to use my Ever Whiplash mascara that has like crud all over it. I need to make a list. You know what I'm going to do? When you know when you were like, it's amazing how you spend the time like thinking about things you have to do. And I'm like, yes, I need this. I think about it, and then I just don't have the time. I'm like, as of yesterday, I didn't have work tomorrow. But then one of my clients was supposed to come in at 10 on Saturday, and she's like, hey, can I come in Friday at 3:30 instead? So even though I'm supposed to have the day, well, I'm not supposed to have the day off. It's actually a day that I work. But, like, I'm not going to say no. I have availability that day. So I'm not going to be like, ooh, I have the whole day off. I'm not going to come in for you. So either way, then that means I go in for her tomorrow, or I have to be there at 10 a.m. Saturday. Which I would much rather show up at 11 for the one that I already have scheduled. Because if you know me, I don't like waking up early. Because it sucks. And just like physically, it just doesn't work out for me. Today I was up early, and then I also tried to take a nap, and that didn't work. I'm like stupid sleeping. I think this, it kind of looks like a little doll. So that's kind of cool. This mascara is definitely ready for the trash pile though, because it is getting gross on the end. So that is definitely garbage. Alright, so what do we got going on? See, look at 40 minutes. It's probably going to be like the shortest live I've ever done. I gotta think of something to do next week. Maybe something spring-ish. It can't be too springy because then we still have like how much of spring left, you know? But if I get new stuff, that'll be fun. Oh, speaking of new stuff, because it cut off before, if anybody was in before it cut off, I'm going to redo like what I did in the beginning of the previous video that got messed up. Alright, so I did that. I am not going to put new contour on my forehead. I'm just going to use whatever was on this brush. And that's how we're going to do it. And then for blush, I'm going to use the Westmore Beauty. Dude, you and me both. I hate this winter shit. This is the Westmore Beauty double feature in Spotlight Pink. I'm going to actually, today, I'm going to do a little bit different. I'm going to use there's a cream part. So I'm going to use the cream part. So it's a two-part blush where you use the cream first. And you get that all where you need it to go. And then when you put the powder over it, it just makes it stay longer and kind of gives you a little bit more coverage. Yeah, I can't wait till spring. I can't stand winter like one freaking bit. Okay, listen, I can deal with it until Christmas and New Year's is over. Once New Year's is over, I'm like, nope, bye. Swear we'll move somewhere warm at some point in my life, or if anything, be like a snowbird. Come and hang out in the nice woods in the summer, and then winter, go to Florida or something. Freaking Tahiti. Like, bye guys, I'm going out of here. Yeah, that worked really nice. I never used the cream underneath, but it actually made it just show up just that little bit more. So what I want to do is just kind of do like and I love this brush too for blush. I haven't used it much. This one's from Ever Beauty. And I keep trying to tag them on Instagram, but they only have, because it's like I don't have any of their jewelry right away yet. It's a jewelry brand, but they also have like a makeup line. So I tag like the jewelry brand because that's all they have for an Instagram. And then like the only picture that they ever liked was, I'm just scraping off this semi-dried up mascara, was something that had the jewelry in it. But I'm like, I'm using your mascara like all the time. Why don't you notice? Okay. That's good. I don't know. I think this turned out pretty cute. And like I said, so if it's been like 45 minutes, it's pretty much like normal. Like what I would do. I just try to do it like more detailed and use like darker colors because they don't show up on camera as good when you don't, which sucks, but it is what it is. okay, I'm going to use the Milani. This is the Baked Highlighter in Rosa Italiana. Oh no, I don't want to use this one. I was like, that's brown. Same thing, but Dolce Perla. I'm just going to go right down my nose, and I like doing here. I noticed yesterday, because I didn't wear any foundation because I got my dermaplane done. My daughter was like, I think you look better with just eye makeup done. And I'm like, I don't have any like foundation on or anything. And she's like, no, it looks better like this. And I'm like, okay. So it looked nice, but I also noticed that like no matter how good you are at makeup, I mean, you can almost mimic the glow of like natural skin, but it's not the same thing as like your real skin. I mean, some people might be able to. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm not knocking anybody. Now I'm going to get some on this brush. I'm going to do my forehead. See, I hate this. Like when I look forward and this is like dark here. Like, what the hell is that about? I think I just get too nuts with it. And then I get too far over into my face. But also from this side, it doesn't look as bad. So I don't know. I think I'm just being picky today. What the fuck is that? Yep. It's just one of those days. But I wasn't going to be like, oh, I'm not going to do a live because I'm tired. So there's that. This is what I've been using, the Brave On Diamond Eyes powder. Just on the inner corners, just to kind of brighten it up. Well, I can't wait to have more sunshine. Just days like today just are like a tease too. We're like, oh no, it's gonna get cold as fuck soon. And generally, I don't know, there was one day in like 1998 that my birthday wasn't cold. It was like 89 degrees that day, and my birthday was on March 8th. And I was like, this is the best ever. I was like, I am wearing shorts. So I had shorts on and a tank top on. I was like, this, no, it wasn't. It was 99. It wasn't 98. Because I was graduated already from high school. So I was like, this is freaking awesome. And it was like the nicest birthday day that I ever had. I didn't have a car. My friend let me borrow a car when she went away. So like, walked to her house, got a car, I could drive around. It was 90 degrees in March. It was a great freaking day. Alright, so for lips, I'm going to do, let's see, should we do this one? This is like probably my favorite one. I kept this one in the bathroom forever because then if I just want to like whip something on, there we go. Oh no, this isn't, I thought this was darker. Bye. This one's the winner. I'm going to use this lip liner. Hey! This is, I don't remember what color this was, but it's from the Barbie Color Pop. So I'm just going to go in. Oh. I'm like, where the heck is the lid? This is, what are these? The Maybelline Superstay Ink Crayon. I like these a lot. They're really fun. And they're not expensive. And they stay really nice. And there we go. All I have to do is, I'm just going to use black. Why not? Color my little mole here. And there we go. So it's more purple than pink, but all in all, I think it worked out. And we're under an hour today. Woo. So, Valentine's-ish look. I hope you guys have a great night. I'm glad that you stopped by. Definitely, I don't know if I could get more people to stop by like a different day during the week, or if more people are catching the replay, like how that's going, or if everybody's just like busy or whatever, or just like, oh, I don't want to watch makeup show. But, you know, again, when you come on, just talk about anything. We'll talk about anything. Oh, thanks! So, yep, I'm gonna go and just hang out. Probably clean the dishwasher. Well, not clean it, I just gotta like run some stuff through it. So, thanks again. Hope you all have a good night.